group, and I keep stressing this because I don't want you guys to disappear and miss it, but we do have a North American group coming up afterwards. That being said, spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, he's on his last life in this tournament. He doesn't want to get knocked out here. Let's see if he can bring it back on map 2 for Coda. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Acer's Bly.
The top left as the red Protoss, it's Welmu.
So just speaking of Imaginary Gaming, shout out to them. They did a retweet about the match. That's always cool, seeing teams support teams.
Cool.
But yeah, Welmu, okay, he didn't really have to do anything super crazy. Like, you look at the way he stopped Bly last game, and it didn't look like he did much. But unless you've seen other pro players mess it up firsthand like we have, or you have messed it up yourself, doing that pylon SimCity, keeping a cool head, and getting the mothership core all out at the same time is not easy to pull off. So a little bit of extra credit goes to Welmu for making that look so easy. But the choice of counterattack and just kind of shut Bly down, like that was a good move too. Because it was one of those ones where I think if you waited too long, instead of being in Bly's face, he's scrambling around his own main trying to catch those pesky mutas.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Bly, you know, he took a chance with an all-in, start off the last series of the day, for him anyways, but it didn't work out. He's just the type of guy that does that though, so it's not like he went out of his comfort zone and now he's totally tilted and he's unhappy with the results, but I can imagine he has something else up his sleeve besides just another all-in.
I also like it too because I feel like Bly is like the definition. He's that guy who wants to put the fear of God into your heart, right? Like when he opens with like early lings like this, it's not because he's trying to cheese and win the game, but he wants to be aggressive and he wants to show his opponent that he's not going to be this really passive Zerg player who lets you get to 7 gateways without a hitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's 6 lings to start things off.
I mean, 6 lings get by a cannon. 6 lings do a lot of damage in the main. 6 lings is a really nice amount to have.
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of the goal. It's also going to be able to take on a Zealot if the Zealot finishes, or if one cancels it. It was a Gateway Nexus Admin X core, I believe. And the Zealots, okay, yeah, the Zealot's going to be finished now. The probe saw the lings. No big deal.
But, I mean, the Zealot gets to pick. You hold the ramp, or you stop them from killing the natural. You don't.
Well, they shouldn't kill the natural, you know?
Well, okay, kill it for attacking. My misphrasing.
Yeah, they have to make it like down like hull damage, but I mean the Stalker will be on the way or the Mothership, either one. This micro battle is certainly more annoying for Welmu, I would say, whereas Bly is just doing his own thing back at home.
It's scary because I mean the Zealot can't take on these 6 lings, especially if Bly micros it while he's trying to get the surround. He'll hold the Zealot from getting down that wall. He tries to micro that link back, by the way, but not gonna work.
I mean, that Zealot could have at least gotten a few more swipes. Even if the ling control was good for Bly, at least they'd be low. Now 5 pretty healthy lings got in there. I don't think they didn't get much. They got 1 probe.
Oh, he's trying to get 2, not quite gonna get it.
They got a decent scout, but it's only 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, what are you really gonna scout?
Right, but I mean, like a Zealot and a probe and like distress, I guess. He trades out evenly money-wise, and I think, like again, you really put Welmu off a bit, whatever he was planning to do.
It's true.
You know, whether it's your cybercore timing being done like I don't know 4 seconds late, or this wall coming down delayed. I mean, there's just a lot of ways little moves like that can really catch you off guard. But Bly, no speed. And no speed start as he hasn't got gas yet. Still gonna go for 6 more lings. I like that he's not playing super greedy. I mean, this is a situation where you're like, okay, I did a bit of damage. He's probably playing defensive. I should just drone. But I mean, catching pylons, catching probes. There's a lot these lings can do in the early game other than just throw themselves at a wall.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty standard 3 gateway forge into expansion for Welmu. And Bly's gonna have eyes on the gases to see that, more so than having eyes on the main base. So they'll go down right about now. There they are. And for Bly, now he knows that he can... I mean, he's the one with the choices now that he knows Welmu wants to expand. So, unfortunately, with ling speed not having like already been done or even like really far along, attacking might not be one of the choices. You know, you don't want to have ling speed, maybe plus the roach one already on its way, and then you could definitely look to stop that third from getting up easily. But of course, the other choice is just to be greedy. Get up to 60, 65 drones. Get up to whatever tech that you want, which might be Spire. No, okay, he does that on a Roach Warren. Like, should just Spire is just like a risky thing to do, not something we usually see anymore. But I guess, you know, Bly tried to do it last game, so I was wondering. But the Roach Warren, it should just be Roach Hydra.
Well, I really want to see Bly bring this back because A, I won the ace match. But B,
Sure.
I mean, it's, you kind of pointed out earlier, friend of the channel, nice guy. Would love to see him do well. Ultimately, though, I still think, I'm looking at the bets for this, right? So let me just open them up real quick. I looked at them a second ago. Ugh. It's a close race, but Welmu still has the favoritism in the crowd. 6,222 to the, like, almost 6,000 of Bly. And that's kind of how I think I feel in the matchup, too, right? Like, yeah, they're both pretty good. I still lean a little bit in the direction of Welmu. Your heart versus head, though.
So Welmu didn't get his expansion nearly as fast as I thought he was. He waited again for the additional 3 gateways. And Bly does have an opportunity to get a cancel here, but I mean, if it's the same thing as last game, then it means that that third is already going to be kind of a quote-unquote fake as is. Like, great if it finishes and not touch, because then you can macro out of it if the attack doesn't work, but this attack will be, you know, 6 gateways, 7 gateways, and if you want to add an 8th one if the Lings are attacking here.
I mean, this attack, it's funny. There's, like, we've seen a little bit on others make this work really well. You come down the map, you get a couple of roach kills, you just recall if it gets hairy. Yeah, just gonna force you to walk away instead. Not bad.
Yeah.
Or
you know, Bly cut. Okay, that was weird. But Bly cut drones at 51, so yeah, I was gonna be prepared for that. And now it's up to Welmu to decide, like, how am I gonna defend this third? The third's gonna be done. It's gonna have some SimCity, although the cannon get quite low, and it's gonna have a photon overcharge, so you should be able to defend it. But Bly's really gonna look to do something, maybe also with the burrow. Maybe try and get into the natural.
I mean, he's a guy who really likes using burrow, but without tunneling claws, I don't know which direction this is heading.
The thing about Coda is that it has the same kind of thing as like Hymalina did, where if you defend one base, you're missing out on defending the other base, and there's a little well that you go into.
Oh, we already see that damage getting split here. Great force skills, though, keeping the roaches out. Problem with this is you can't really burrow with the detection right there.
Didn't that guy have a force field? Oh man, he missed it. Oh well.
Cannons are finishing up, but depowered, so not that big of a threat. Bly could really just, I think, continue to push into the natural with very little to no consequence. He's dancing back and forth out here because the sentries are forcing him, but I kind of feel like if you get caught in the force field at this point, just burrow.
Yeah,
wait him out.
Exactly. The robo did finish, but I don't think he had the time to be an observer.
I actually don't know this. Do depowered cannons still detect?
Crap, I think we've asked this a long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
think they do. Oh my god, I don't know.
It's one of those things where you're like, you thought you knew this. It's like when you brought up the Hydra cost, right? I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're like 50, but could be 75. Like, I don't know.
Okay, no, now I want to say they don't. But I might be imagining a building cannon. Oh god, that's well, we'll never find out now. As the roach harass is starting to die off a little bit. We have more just coming in the middle though, and they're gonna maybe depower the cannons and show us.
Yeah, do science for us, man.
Do it.
This is where we just like go tweet at like Jack Tech or somebody who's smarter than us. Let us know. Because it's a situation that never really comes into play, right? But the Immortal's out, and it's going to get focused down really quick. Not careful. Heart and shields don't even matter, it's just immediately gone. If Forcel's go on that ramp to keep the roaches out, they're just going to go for the probe kills, as we see. So Bly just killing what he can, getting really aggressive, getting really in Welmu's face, and you know the reinforcement's still flooding. Welmu's supply is not only like low, but it's capped. It's getting hard to deal with.
He's if he could just stabilize, it would be okay. But I think with the Immortal going down, all the sentries running out, he's maybe not going to stabilize. He's still on 54 probes. Remember that Bly did cut drones despite being able to afford a 4th base.
Yeah, but that army
not a lot of
supply.
drones there.
I mean, on one hand, you could argue that roaches are inflated and this looks a little bit bigger than it is, but I mean, the sentries were taken out of the equation. The Immortal died. The really important units for Welmu are not here anymore. There's Tunneling Claws coming into play.
It's just like an attack like this is about saving what you can, and then, you know, after about 3 minutes of just barely holding on, you do have enough to push them back, and suddenly roaches aren't useful, and the counterattack is actually pretty good after that, if you can get to that point. But instead, using the sentries, using the Immortals, he has not successfully held on, I think.
Well, I think at this point, too, the worst part is the sentries don't matter anymore with the Tunneling Claws coming to play the way they are. I mean, Bly must be sitting there thinking, like, why are these going so slow, man? Because Legacy the Void Tunneling Claws are like twice as fast.
Yeah.
But oh, nice depower. Cancels about 4 Zealots. I think it was getting warped in. Immortal gonna get focused down again immediately. Probes trying to do what they can, but this is looking like it's pretty much game. I mean, the snowball is very real.
Yeah. Bly, I mean, yeah, he's won this game. So it's going to go to the ace match, but I think another reason why this went kind of poorly, despite being some, like, it's just difficult, right? Like, it's a lot of roaches. There's also that push that Welmu did, you know? He got 6 gateways before the 3rd base, and then he tried to push, so he delayed his robo as well. Like, imagine if he was very passive with a much faster 3rd base, and, like, the robo immediately, and then he could have gotten the Immortals a lot faster, and the Observer out. I mean, that probably would have gone a lot better, so it was already not the best start for Welmu.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a small break while we get into the ace match. Give about 2 minutes coming at you. If you haven't got them yet, I'm going to remind you guys about our Teespring sales going on, the t-shirts. Today is very literally the last day. In fact, it's not even the last day. It's the last 7 hours and 58 minutes to get yourself a Base Trade TV event t-shirt. I mean, we've already sold 214, so I'm not trying to push this on anyone that doesn't have money for it. This is fantastic. This is going to all go towards the event and the artist who's helped us with all this. 214 t-shirts is awesome, too, because that's 214 people will be wearing our shirts, and that looks sick. But you get them in black, navy blue, or red. And again, 7 hours is about your time frame to get them if you want to get it. We could run this campaign again, but we've chosen not to. It's a limited edition t-shirt for good reason. We want these to be special and exclusive to the event we have coming up in August. So get them while you can, guys. That being said, we're going to hop to that ad break. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in 2 minutes.